This is a school project done for social studies. This video will be most helpful to you if 1. You're my teacher, 2. You're the class, 3. You're a Buddhist, 4. An archaeologist, or 5. You just want to know more. Even if you're not one of those 5 though, continue watching. You'll learn something. Words you need to know. The 9 virtues are guidelines to life for Buddhists, including courage, truth, honor, fidelity, discipline, self-reliance, perseverance, and industriousness. Enlightenment means the moment when you have reached a great state of awareness. Industriousness, working a great amount and not being lazy. Fidelity, being faithful to your significant other and or organization. Buddha and his life story. Buddha is the awakened one. His real name is Siddhartha Gautama. He was born in power and stayed in the palace, but one day he left, and what he saw started him on his path. He saw a sick man, an old man, and a dead man. He wanted to know why all this was happening. He left the palace and his family to discover how to overcome suffering. Siddhartha starved himself for a while, only to realize that that wasn't the way to go about it. He finally sat underneath a fig tree until he had reached enlightenment. This event was called the Great Enlightenment. He then went about his life teaching others his ways, and it is now said that if you practice his ways, you are a Buddhist. Buddha devoted his life to teaching his ways to one another. After a period of time, Siddhartha attracted the attention of many people, which eventually became hundreds of followers. He continued teaching for around 50 years. Siddhartha Gautama has made a difference by creating a religion that is extremely popular in Myanmar. Probably not pronouncing that right, and I'm sorry to anyone who lives there. Buddha was born in Lumbini, also known as present-day Nepal. He lived in a palace. He was a prince. He lived in the palace, and he was protected from sickness, old age, and death, because there weren't any of those in there. Once he left the palace, though, there was nothing to protect him from seeing those things. And they were there. You can't escape them. You're gonna see them. Most of you probably have. Okay. Buddhism started around the 5th century. So, over his life, he was born in a palace. He wanted to understand what caused suffering, and he wanted to know a way to fix it. He sat underneath a fig tree and waited for what I believe was days. I think it was days. Yeah. I'm horrible at talking to people. He then, once he reached enlightenment, he then went about and telling people. And over time, the news started to spread, which became many, many followers. And it is now known as Buddhism. The life of Buddha. Alright, so that's about it. Probably. I might remember something in a sec. Probably not. Okay then. See ya.